What's up, everybody? Gonna do a book review. It's nice weather for it too. It's raining out there, thundering a little bit. Kind of fitting for what I'm gonna review. It's called Kentucky Ghost by William Linwood Montell. Yeah, I didn't notice this until the other day. Like, I just sat there and I was just glanced at it and I was like, oh, it's Kentucky Blue. I don't really watch sports. I actually hate sports, man. I don't mind playing it, but it's kind of like, to me, watching sports is kind of like watching somebody play a video game. Like, wouldn't you rather just play the video game yourself, you know? But that's just me. The other day, 2 days ago, me and my fiance, we went to check out a couple waterfalls. One of them was Eagle Falls, which I'm going to post a video of that. And another one was Yahoo Falls, which I'm going to post a video of that. That was pretty cool. But while we were out there, we went to the gift shop for Eagle Falls. It's actually the same gift shop as like Cumberland Falls because it's the same area. You know where anybody who doesn't know, like if you go to Cumberland Falls, on the other side of Cumberland Falls, the park Cumberland Falls, where you can check out the falls and they got gift shop and stuff, that's where Eagle Falls is. But so we went to the gift shop just to see if they had anything cool, and I actually ran across this on accident. I wasn't like meaning to buy it, but I went over to their books and stuff, being a bookworm, and found this. I found a bunch of other ones, ghost books and stuff, but they were like $20, and this was the cheapest one. Which the reason why it's only 58 pages. It's super thin, but it's a good read. It was I read it. I started it last night and read like about half of it within like 3 hours, but I'm a slow reader too, and then read the other half this morning. So I mean, you could read it probably in one sitting or one day. Apparently William Linwood Montell, he was like a professor of folklore or something in Kentucky. This book, it has 8 short stories, and it was only $6, so it was pretty good. One of the stories, it's kind of cool. It's like basically, let me just say this first. This is nonfiction. It's supposed to be a collection of stories that were told to him by Kentucky natives and Kentucky locals and stuff. And he did add a little bit to it, but the only thing he adds to it is like comments and details on the architecture and stuff of Kentucky, the area where it is. And each story, it tells like who the historical characters are, what area it is. So I mean, if you like ghost hunting and stuff, you could probably find a lot of these places. But it's kind of cool. One of the stories is actually from his great granny Harris, so that was kind of cool that he threw in like a story from his own family that had been passed down generation to generation. There's a couple cool parts, little fragments. Here's one. It's in the introduction, page 1. It says, every group has its own name for spirits described in these scary tales. Here in Kentucky, we mainly refer to them as ghosts, hants, or haints, like hants as in H-A-N-T-S, or haints, which is H-A-I-N-T-S. I ain't gonna lie, like I've lived here probably like 10 years now, maybe 11. I haven't really kept track. I've never heard like anybody in Kentucky refer to a ghost as a hant or a haint, so I don't know if that's what they used to call them back in the day, but I've never heard that term ever. I don't know, it's interesting though. There's another fragment, well not a fragment, but he has another book. It's called Ghost Along the Cumberland. I looked it up on eBay and I found one. It was like $7, but some of them on there are like $30 and stuff, so I don't know, I might get the $7 one of these days, but I ain't paying $30 for a book. Yeah, and here's another part. This is about Johnny Emberton, page 12 and 13. He had already made contact with various spirits by using a series of knocks on the wall. He knew to ask his questions so that they could be answered with either a yes or a no. The spirits rapped on the wall 3 times if the answer was yes, twice if no. Well, and that's kind of cool. It's kind of like primitive ghost hunting back in the day, how they would do it. Now we got EMF readers and ghost box and stuff, cameras, recorders. Back then they used to just, which is kind of cool. I remember in Florida, my buddy down the road, Jeffrey, we used to skate and stuff, or just hang out and play video games, and he used to swear up and down my house was haunted, and I was like, no. Like, I've lived in a couple houses where they were seriously haunted. Like, one of the houses here in Danville that I used to live in, it was so haunted to the point where me and my ex-wife would sleep in the living room on the floor. Like, it was horrible. I couldn't sleep at night, and because it was just, the whole house was noisy. You'd hear people running up and down the halls and banging on shower curtains and stuff. But but anyways, yeah, Jeffrey swore that my house was haunted in Florida, this house, and it wasn't. But he was doing that, like the whole knocking thing. So, but it's kind of cool to see how people used to ghost hunt. There's one on here about a headless ghost. His name's Popular Foot. Apparently he got decapitated because he got too drunk and passed out on the road, and a wagon came and decapitated him. Yeah, here's another little fragment, page 26. It's kind of neat. As a little fellow, I was always afraid to go near the Simpson graveyard, afraid a booger would get me. That's another word we used in talking about ghosts. So, once again, I've never heard anyone say booger as a term for a ghost. But yeah, there's a couple murder stories in here, and how the victims of the murder haunted the family. Or one of them, the guy murdered another guy and his dog, and the dog came back and stopped a wagon on the road and pulled this bone out of a swamp and brought it to the wagon, and the guy who killed the other guy was in the wagon. So, like, he broke down and admitted his crime and stuff. It's pretty crazy stuff. It's a short book, a short read. If you're ever in that area, pick it up, or if you can find it online, pick it up. It's pretty cool if you like ghost stories. I like ghost stories from all over the world. I mean, because there's ghost stories all over the world from ancient times up until now. So I definitely think there's something to the phenomenon. But I did particularly like it because it was Kentucky ghosts, like local stories, and it tells like all the people's names. It doesn't omit any names or change them, I don't think. The author doesn't state that it does. It tells all the counties, the area, some of the graveyards. So, I mean, you could actually find these places. So I wouldn't mind actually trying to find a couple places and ghost hunt them. We did a ghost hunting video, and we plan on doing more. It's fun. I love it. But yeah, it's a good read. Check it out. It's short. You can read it probably in one sitting or one day. Yeah, my last video was the day before Father's Day, so I hope everyone had a good Father's Day. Say something in the comments. Tell me what you did if you did something fun. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. Y'all have a good day.